as I get started, hold on. Alexa, video setup.
This might answer your question.
Alexa, video setup. There we go. That's what happens when you're live, is you just go with the flow. Can you guys hear me is my first question. So give me a thumbs up. And I also have because I'm just on my iPhone, I have a microphone plugged in, but sometimes it makes some feedback. And so if you guys are hearing any feedback, let me know too. Hey, Sad Machines, nice to have you here. So we can hear it. So if you guys start hearing kind of a weird kind of feedback sound, let me know and I'll pull out the microphone. The sound won't be as good, but at least you'll hear me and you won't have this annoying feedback. I think that's what happened the last time. I haven't done the live thing in a while, so you guys can let me know. And I'm doing this for a couple reasons. Number one, I feel like I haven't done it in a while, and it's always fun to chat. And number two, YouTube emailed me and said, "Bro, you haven't done anything on Lamley Live for a while." And I was like, "Yeah, I should probably do that." And they're like, "Because we wonder what's going on." So I was like, "Well, when I'm working on things, sometimes I like try and take an hour or two on Sunday to kind of organize my office, like put things away that I need to put away, get myself all cleaned up for the next week, all that kind of stuff." And I was like, "Well, I could do that while I can double voices though. Is it too clearly?" Anyway, well, you guys let me know. Keep letting, like, I haven't done a live thing for a while, so everything might be just getting used to it. Here, I'll pull out the microphone. Well, keep making comments. Anyway, I just thought I would do this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, you guys are right. Look, it's been 7 months since I last did a video. So I've got all the stuff in front of me. Obviously, I'm going to be the sneak peeks that I did this week from Mattel. I'm actually sending these back this week. And I thought if you guys had any questions or something you want to see, if we can try and do these close up, I'll do it. Any questions you might have about those, anything else. And then I've got, the display here where I put out the latest premium, and I've got to update it. I got to add Deutschland design. I've got to add a couple of the other things way up there. And so I was like, well, I can work on that while we're doing that. Galaxy, I'm not sending the Galaxy back. Galaxy's mine. So the cars that were the sneak peeks, these came from the basics team. I'll show you which ones. So these are the ones that are going back. It's anything that has a code on it has to go back because these are internal. I'll answer your question, Sad Machines, about the cases in just a second. So anything that has a code has to go back. This one doesn't because it doesn't have a code. That's one of the ones I opened. This one doesn't because it doesn't have a code. That's one of the ones I opened. And I feel like there's a couple. Oh, this one absolutely has to go back. Not only because of the code, but it's a full-on pre-production. Right, so I'm going to change the light here just a little bit. So all of these have to go. I think everything's there. But these that I actually opened up from, this one came from Wheel Collectors. Those are mine. These are going in the collection. Anyway, that's how it works. So they're sending me back. The cool thing about this is I'm actually going to hold on to these for a couple more days because they're sending me more. And I'm going to get some more probably towards the end of this week, and I'll try and film like next weekend. And I want to keep my hands on a couple because I want to show them with what else they're sending, the other stuff that they're sending. They gave me some hints of what's coming, not everything, and we're gonna do another video. They like doing it, I like doing it. So the cool thing is that we'll be doing more sneak peeks on the Lamley channel, Instagram posts, everything else. So I'm very excited about that. And so Functional Histories is getting my voice twice. Is anybody else? If it's just you, Functional Histories, I'm going to have to tell you maybe get out and come back in. But if anybody else is getting my voice twice, let me know. Make the comment. And if it's on my end, I'll fix it. If it's on someone else's, it's on viewers, you're going to have to fix it yourself. But all right, everyone else saying the sound is fine. Cool. So if you're having bad sound, you have to fix it yourself. Okay. So anyway, that's the stuff. That's the cool thing about the sneak peeks is they're going to keep doing them. I hope it's something that we can make a regular feature as long as they got something to show. And, I've been able to establish that relationship with Mattel, and that relationship, they know they can send it to me, I can show it, and I can send it back. And I think that's great. Now, hopefully we can do that with some premium. We've done it in the past with Matchbox. I think we're going to do it again. They're in the office again. And the cool thing about that is that, they're going into the office a little more frequently now, not every day, but, they have access to more stuff that they can show. And, a lot of times, even the designers only get to see, for the last 2 years, have only really been able to see pictures of the stuff they're designing as it's made in the factory, and have had to try and approve things from there. And, now they can see them in hand and everything else. So it's really a good thing. And yeah, I think we'll all benefit because we'll see these models in proper light. We'll get the descriptions from the designers on what they did, what they wanted to do. And so that's really cool. All right. So anyway, so let me, I'm going to take these trucks. I don't display them, so they have to just go off into, I'm just going to put them off to the side. If you guys have any questions, I'll try and see your comments. If I missed them, just type them again. And if you like me doing this, then we'll do it more often on Lamley Live. It's good to keep this channel alive for this kind of stuff. They can be revisited, long-winded videos with no production value, and it's good for. That's what I created the Lamley Live channel for. Okay. So let's see. These are not. These are all extras that I used for video. This goes in display over here. Where did I display this display case here? It's from Carney, Carney, and totally worth it. I have several. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 9 of them. And I'm currently working on a project where I'm going to buy 9 more. So, so I'll be working on that. I actually forgot to pull this out. And when I did the Mercedes, when I did the Deutschland design, I was going to show this one, the CLK DTM. I don't think they have this model, this tool anymore. But I wanted to show that with, with these other racing Mercedes cars, and I totally forgot to do it, so I can do that here. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool. All right, moving that off to the side. We'll put these over here. Of these new models I showed, which one's your favorite? I have to go. I think that I'm really excited for that Escort, but I'm excited for that Maxima wagon too. Oh, I'm excited for all of them. There's the dog, angry. Okay. These are going into the display. I think that's in order. Someone's at my door and I'm trying to, this is when we're live. Yeah, Edith's barking because someone's at the door. All right, so these are the models that have to go in. I've also got, I'm going to film this video. So I haven't opened this yet because I got to film this video. And so I'll open that, and that, so I need space for that too. Maxima Wagon is insane. Hey, Orange Track's here. How you doing? If that ever gets premium version, yeah, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, the basics team, they're their own team. They make their stuff, and then if the premium team says, "Hey, as we're creating this line, the Maxima Wagon would be perfect in such and such mix," they might, and they have the budget and the SKUs to do it, they might convert it to premium. You never know. That's the thing that's kind of fun about it. Or they might say, "Hey, we're going to take what you did and we're going to modify it for premium just a little bit differently." So, all right, I'm going to move back here a little bit Gonna move this up. Got some mini GT and some basics. So do I. In fact, this is another video I was thinking, well, I'm gonna go outside. It's a beautiful day today. And I've got some mini GT to film as well. These are the two new ones that I'm excited to do. So those are kind of cool. But I got to move them out of the way because I got to open up the... What am I doing? So I'll do those too. I think I'm going to try and film those today, hopefully. Can we talk about how bad distribution is for SoCal? It's been bad for everybody, and we can talk about that. I mean, it's getting better. I hope you guys are seeing it's getting better. And I think hopefully we can all be somewhat, I don't want to say understanding because it's been frustrating for everyone, but it's like everything's trying to catch up. It's been so unpredictable with factories shutting down and shipping being a much bigger ordeal now. So it's like they could be done, but getting them across the ocean to the United States or anywhere else, Europe, Asia, Australia, it just takes a lot longer. And so things are very unpredictable. But hopefully, as things appear to be returning to normal to a certain extent, that will change. So we'll see. We'll see if it does. I'm going to try and move this like this. I'm just looking at your Silhouette GTR. The Lancia is great. Haven't seen Matchbox Mix 2 yet. I think you will. Depends on where you are. How much do I pay for the displays? These displays go, I think, don't quote me, but you go to the Carney, just type in Carney Displays. Just Google Carney Displays. It'll come up. Or Google, or go to Instagram. It's Carney Display Case. I think each of these runs about 115, maybe 120. Like I said, don't quote me. It could be a little more, could be a little less, but totally worth it. And they're easy. Sad Machines, you had asked. They're easy to install. I mean, you're obviously, if you look down bottom level right there at that yellow Camaro, right behind it, you see the screw, and then right there, behind there was the charger over there. So they come with, the displays come this way, and then they come with, a little, they come with the screws, everything to install them. I think obviously this one, I think they even come with everything you need to hang them. So it's cool. So depending on what your situation is, where you want to hang them, they've got, it's a nice setup for sure. And they're pretty easy to do. I mean, they're big, they're a bit cumbersome, right? You gotta, make sure they're straight, all that kind of stuff. But it's easy to set them up where you want, mark it, put in the screws, and then it goes pretty easily. But it's good. It's a two-person job, that's for sure. Hanging them up. John, you said that you don't display your transporters. Make a 3D printed display that holds. No, I don't have. It sounds cool. I would, but I just don't have the room in my office to do it. So I'm more. I do like the transporters, but I mean, you think about how small this room is, and I like it all condensed here. I do that. So you can attach them to this to a stud, Sad Machines, or they have anchors. You can use an anchor, and they once they're in on an anchor or in a stud, they ain't moving. They're really secure. I could try and show you by I don't know. Anyway, they're great, and they're very protective. I mean, you can see it has this whole front thing, and I'll try and. Now I gotta hold this up, but here's what I'm gonna try and do. So I actually redid the display. Here we get a little nerdy. So I used to have it to where it was 5 across for Boulevard, Fast and Furious, Car Culture, and I would just go from the most recent, and then I would just move down. And once I got to the end here, I would take that one out and move over to the other displays. It's a little different now because since Mattel introduced, or Hot Wheels introduced, chases into the Car Culture mixes, it's now 6, right, for Car Culture. So I started doing it this way. I started going, so you can see, here's the most recent mix. there's Boulevard, and then Toyota, and so it's like most recent over here all the way to the end here. So there's the oldest stuff. So this is the stuff that's going to go. And then there's like an imaginary line here, and this is all the other stuff. This is like Team Transport, every premium except for RLC. So 2-packs. You've got like, there's the A86 from Initial D, Team Transport, the diorama sets, some store exclusives, not everything, entertainment. So that's the same thing. So I got 3 of these to add, and then I've got 6 of these to add. So we got to take out 6 models. I guess I can show them to you. And right now I can't see the screen, so if you're asking questions, I can't see. But I can read your questions right here. Where is the mainline display? I don't have one. Mainline display is in the cases. So, all right, so 6 spots. So let's move these down. So I'll tell you, and again, I can't read your questions. While I'm doing this week I will be getting Mountain Drifters, and from Mattel. Again, it's nice that, and it's not even getting it from the distribution center. I'm getting it directly from them, and they're going to send me a case, and it will have the chase in it. So when I do the showcase, I'll be able to show the entire set, which I know others have already shown. It's being found overseas, but I will have the entire set to show along with the chase, which I'm very excited to show. The Liberty Walk R34. So there's Boulevard. Now we go into car culture. What was this? Street, what was this one called? Slide Street? That's what it was. It's fun to, when I do this, it's fun to kind of review these models again. So I'll tell you about my display. Display above this that has some mini GT, Tarmac Works, that sort of thing. Now to Fast and Furious, back to these trucks. But then on my displays to the wall above my desk, I have all of the car culture. I have all of the RLCs that I collect, and most of the current ones, if not all of them from the last couple of years. All displayed, and then and car culture I'll continue to update. So yeah, this will be in the blue version, which I like better. I like the color of the red, but the wheels on the blue are fantastic. So the thing that's tiring about this is I only have one hand to do this because I got to hold the cover up, and so this arm is just getting tired as it just stays in place. I should probably find like some sort of like little stick or something that I could use. Okay. This is a bit of a tedious process, but I kind of like doing it. Like I said, it just kind of keeps you updated of what's out. Here, we'll get to Boulevard, and then we'll work through Toyota. Oh, we're almost done. And then I can, that big 4Runner's awkward. I'll stop for a second. I'm actually like holding it up. I'm scrolling back. Hold the cover yet. I can, but if I did that, then my body's covering the camera. You definitely don't want that. Yeah, you guys seem to be chatting amongst yourselves while I'm doing this, so this is kind of cool. So here, I'll get back to it. Someone's asking about the hard body. Other people are answering. That's great. So here's Toyota. Is this already underrated? I think it is. I'm sure we're going to see it again, both that and the Starlet this year, but I don't know exactly where. Looking forward to seeing future versions. All right, so that's all of 2021. Now here's 22. I did this one, I talked about how I didn't really like this one, and then I heard from Mattel about the group that this. It's like a bicycle group, I think. And it makes a little more sense. And so, here, getting these out, or these drag buses, is awkward. There we go. All right. So I always do this in order. As I get them, I put them in. So this will be 2 car culture in a row. And then once the next Boulevard comes out, once I get my hands on that, that will be next. I think those are the premium. I think right now it's Boulevard and car culture, right? That we're doing. So there is the 005 Chase Corvette. So interesting, do you know the first Super Treasure Hunt? And I'm not talking about Treasure Hunt, but the first Super Treasure Hunt. I'll put these in. When they started doing Super Treasure Hunts, was also Corvette. And it was also black. Oh wait, I don't know why I did that. So this goes as the 0 up here. Let's see if this one fits. I haven't even tried. Yes, it does. Thank goodness. I'd be annoyed if it didn't, because then I wouldn't have every car displayed. I think this one's next, right? Porsche. I'm trying to do it in the order they had it. Do I have the card here? I can look for it. Audi. And then the Black Series. All right. Okay, that's done. Audi's number 2. Here, you know what? I have the card somewhere. You're right. You are right. Back to it. Boom. Done. Done, done, done. All right, I can scroll back. Oh, I didn't have it all the way up. Sorry about that. There we go. Are they discontinuing Premium Fast and Furious this year? No, they're doing Premium Fast and Furious cars, but they're doing them as part of the entertainment line. They're not doing their own set. So you'll still see them, but like its own Fast and Furious line, no. What else are we talking about? RLC Power Wagon. I did get notification that the Power Wagon is shipping to me now. I won't have it in time for the sale, I don't think. But to preview it, but the reason I'm telling you that is that means that they have them in hand. If they have it to ship to me to preview or to showcase, it means they have them. I don't know if they have them all, but my assumption is if you do buy one, it'll ship immediately. So that's good news. What else we got? So there's your updated here. I can even there's the back a little bit more. There's the updated display with a little bit of glare. Who designed the Mountain Drifters set? You know, that's a good question. It's not just a who, it's a whole crew, right? So the castings, most of them, what's new there? The GT, the Liberty Walk R34. I'm assuming that's Mark Jones, but Phil Reelman is also designing for premium now, and Phil Reelman's been around forever, and so it's either Mark Jones or Phil, or it could have been someone else. I don't know. And then the graphics are usually designed by Steve Vandervate, and sometimes the team will get together and say, "Hey, we want to do this theme or that theme." So Steve's the one who handles it, and then of course Julian and his team, I should say, do all of the card art. So it's a collective effort. I said I was going to show off Mountain Drifters. Yeah, there's tons of pictures. Ministry did a video already. There's the new Liberty Walk R34. There's an E86. There's the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, the blue version. What am I missing? Acura NSX, same as it's in white. And what am I? And a new Celica, brand new Celica casting. So 2 new castings in that set. So as soon as my arm gets the blood back into it after I was holding up that set, I'll do the other side, and we'll add. In fact, I'll even make space for the 3 exotics that I'll add once I film that video. So, what else? Is that a Matchbox Cadillac set on the right? Yes. Part of it. I mean, there might be one Cadillac. Those are actually some cars that I just need to put away. I've got a few of those. In fact, over here, you can see there's the Golf RLC 510. And then you can't see just out of the shot are a couple of RLCs I need to open, the Corvette and that green Mustang. Where are the Walgreens exclusives? No idea. There was a Camaro last year? And I have to think. I know that people said it was only found in the what do you call it? The sealed set, right? The whatever it's called. I'm just blanking. Factory sealed set. I have to think they're out there somewhere, and I have to think if they're set for Walgreens, they'll show up. If they made them for the factory sealed set, then they made them for wherever they're supposed to go. Maybe they'll show up randomly at a different store, but I wouldn't. At least yet, I could be wrong, but if people are dropping big time money for those Walgreens Camaros, I wouldn't do it. On the other hand, I still don't know what to make of the final mix of Hot Wheels ID. I've talked to Mattel and they said, "Oh yeah, we're not getting them. They, whatever shipped is already shipped. They're no longer on the list." But I have talked to some hobby dealers who feel like they will get them at some point, but they thought they'd have them by now. And there's a few eBay sellers of which I don't know them. I actually bought a set. So that ID set with the McLaren and the Lamborghini and was the Unimog and a bunch of others. I have no idea what to make of that. I have no idea if it'll show up in droves somewhere, like a Tuesday morning type of store, or if they'll all go to hobby, or if they're done. I don't know, but that set could become crazy, crazy expensive. But I could be totally wrong on that too. But I'm watching, but I bit. I was like, I don't want to wait. And I just bought the set. I think I bought it for $100. And so I feel like if it does show up in droves, I'm only out $100, and that's not horrible for a set like that. So IDs are done. The ID line has been put to bed. Let's see, best car in Legends Garage. I don't remember what it's a Volvo, right? For 2021. Okay, so my arm is rested. If there's something you guys want to see, I'm going to move back a little bit closer, and I'm going to be moving over here now to try and we have 6 actually to make room for, so I'm going to move this up again. This time it goes this way. So, got to get 6 out. Oh, we're going to break up the Skyline set for a minute. Here, hold on. Here, I'm going to move my light just for a minute. Is that looking okay? Yeah. So here we go. 6. So awkward doing it and trying to stay off camera, but why not? Why not? Gotta get that Koenigsegg out to do the exotics video. Here's those first 2 packs. See how far back we go. It's kind of crazy. Love this one. Looks good with this one too. Hopefully that goes premium too. So if you guys are asking questions, I can't see because I'm doing this, but maybe there's people on who can answer. Sauber. Should get that one out for Mountain Drifters when I do that one. Am I going up high enough? Doesn't look like. There we go. All right. Okay, so we've got, and I don't know what these are order in, so I'm just going to add them. And I'm actually going to add them here because this set is really not hitting stores yet. Love the Galaxy. And of course, this is the big hit. So the Exotics is already out, so I'm going to leave room, trying to do this in order. Going to leave room for the Exotics there. All right. Sorry for the glare. So there we go. So now I have, move this back again. With you, Sad Machines. Oh, so Rico, you did find the Team Transport. That's good to know. Okay, what's the beige 300 SL? That one was from the Mercedes diorama set. I found it at Target. Good to know that they're out. You know, I know the hobby has them. I got mine from Wheel Collectors. So this just kind of showing you here. So these cars right here, I now will move over to my side display, and I got to reorganize that, but I'll do that later. Hey, Peak Time, nice to have you on. It's been a while. We don't do these live chats. We don't talk as much, but it's nice to have you here, man. Hope all is well. Haven't heard anything about the RLC party car for Nationals. Did they do one? Yes, it's the blown delivery. And I don't know when it's coming out. Obviously, it's the same kind of thing. It's like It could be on the ocean right now, shipping to Mattel, and they're just waiting. I mean, I know as soon as they get it, they're going to want to sell it, get it out of their inventory. So as soon as they get it, they'll put it up. What else? Yeah, Orange Track is here. He can answer a lot of these questions too. He's got a good knowledge. And there you go. No date yet for the pink balloon delivery. He's a good one to ask. So that's organized. I'll put these other cars to the side. I'll put some other cars away. Let's see what else. Okay, so here's what I got this week. I have 5 unboxings. I'm going to stretch them out. I already did one. I already posted one. And some of them go as old as D. So Mattel sent me a bunch of cases all at once, and there were 2 D cases. They sent me, I think kind of by accident, another Dollar General case. But I had to go on eBay because I was curious, has anybody seen the Dollar General models? And I think a few showed up by accident at Target. Raylan found one, I think. Raylan found some. Like a month or 2 ago. I filmed my first Dollar General case unboxing in early February. We're now obviously getting towards the end of April. So I'm assuming they're going to hit Dollar General soon because they sent me another one. And they tend to send me stuff as it hits the distribution center. So I got 2 Zamak cases. I got E case. I got the F case. It was the E case right I opened, and I got I was able to pull the Super right out of that case. And then so I've got all of those filmed, and I'll post them as we go throughout the week. I'm also going to be out and about, and if I get anything new, I can film outdoors. I've missed those a couple of times. I actually want to film Mountain Drifters outside, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance because I don't think it's going to arrive in time before I head out on the road. Because it's Mountain Drifters, and I'm in the mountains, and it just seems to make sense. So I'll find a way to do it. But anyway, so I've got the unboxings to do. I have Mini GT to do. I want to do a golf video. We'll do more sneak peeks. Mountain Drifters, Exotics, diorama set, a lot of stuff. What are my thoughts on the Dodge Power Wagon? It's fantastic. You will regret not getting it if you don't try for it at least. Remember, I saw it in person with, got to kind of fool around with it when I was at Charlotte at the convention. Brendan Vitelski brought one, and it's super cool. Super, super cool. I think with a lot of those models, it may not be your style. Maybe you're not into like that kind of car. Or like, let's say you're not into muscle or not into JDM or something. Sometimes it's just still worth it, in my view, to get these cars because if anything, it's a cool model. And if anything, you'll gain some appreciation for maybe cars that you haven't had appreciation for before. What's the cost? I don't know. Ask Brad here at Orange Track. He'd be able to tell you. Yeah, sign up to RLC was a mistake. I now want everything they're making. Yeah, that's because they're making awesome stuff. It's pretty awesome. It's fun. And I've heard rumors of what else is coming, and it's going to be equally insane. So, Cool Wheel says it's going to be $35, which I think that's right. I think that's right. There you go. There's your confirmation right there from OTD. By the way, as I was talking about ID, I credit Brad at OTD because he's the one. He bought a set, and then he gave me the heads up on another set, and I pounced. So I can't tell that story without giving Brad some credit, and I really do appreciate it. Like I said, if more sets come out, I might even get another one. But if they're easy to find, great. But those are cars I wanted to complete my ID set. I don't know if I have every ID, but I have the ones that I want, and so that's kind of cool. I can even get them out if you want to see. I'm gonna do a video on ID one of these days just to talk about it. There's that final set right there. You guys are still talking about the Power Wagon, which is cool. Here, I'll show you. Have I shown you my special ID model? It's been a while since I've shown this. Make sure I don't drop it. So it's the bone shaker that was in the normal line, but it was done for, I don't know if it'll there. Designed by how it's going to welcome you to the Hot Wheels ID Advisory Council, which is kind of a cool deal. So that was when they were first launching ID. They had a few people come in, and Zarnok came in, I came in. So that's I've tried, because it's a clear base. I've tried to actually get this on my ID, but it's too far away, and I'm not going to take it off of the base. But that's a cool little thing. I keep that here. What else, guys, before I get off? I've already been on for 40 minutes just chatting away while you're looking at the same stuff. John, would you up for an interview with Diecast Media Network here on YouTube? They just had Mike Zarnock on today. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'd consider it if it makes sense. I'd have to talk to them and see if schedules align. That's part of the problem. But peak time, lots of really nice Mercedes being released. Yeah, you better believe it, man. I'm with you. It's been so exciting. And this Deutschland design with the two new castings has been phenomenal. And I actually think, I said this in the video, the Sprinter might be the Sprinter's the gem. And I thought it would hang, but people are telling me, no way, man, you got to pick up the Sprinter, which I love to hear. You want to customize a car for me. I appreciate that. Sometimes I say, as much as it's awesome, I would rather have the pictures of it, because I just don't have a lot of room. And let me share it and let the world see what you do. And I'll just say, by the way, didn't say this. Lamley's turning 10 in just a couple of weeks. I started the blog on May 3rd, 2012, and I'm actually look for something today on lamleygroup.com. Anyway, so we're going into the next decade here, and there'll be some things we're going to do. Some of you here that are watching are aware of some of the things that I'm working on, and keep them very quiet. But there's some really, really cool things coming as Lamley enters its second decade. And so that will be, we'll move into that in a little bit. But for now, I think in the next couple weeks, we'll celebrate some cool stuff about the last 10 years with Lamley. We got some things going. But anyway, yeah, nice to see the comments here. Daughter just turned 10. Yeah, she's as old as Lamley. When people ask me about the Lamley name, I answer it today on, later on. Just watch for a new post hitting lamleygroup.com. I don't know, maybe a few hours from now. I've got to finish writing it, and I got to take some photographs and things, and I'm gonna post it today. You'll see why. I actually put a little explanation. It's not the most spectacular story, and it's kind of embarrassing, but because it really shows how nerdy I can be at times. But I think you'll get a kick out of it. Do I have the complete McLaren P1 variants? I don't have the variants. I'm not after the variants. If you're, speaking of, specifically to the wheel variants, the actual every release I have. So all the speed machines, all the main lines. Of course, there's been a couple of premiums, and then this new ID one right here. What's your dream car culture set for the future? I have an idea, and I actually presented it to Mattel, and I'm not going to say what it is because I want them to do it. So I'm not going to say. But there's, car culture, the fact that it's called car culture, they can go in so many different directions. And so I don't, so like you name something and I'll be excited. You tell me they want to do another drift rally, racing, wagons, sedans, vans. I don't care where you go, you know. Will I get to preview the Lamley S14 from Tarmac? Yes, as soon as it's ready. It's going to be available. We're doing it differently, by the way. It's going to be available everywhere. Everywhere you can get Tarmac Works, you're going to be able to get the white S14, the Lamley Special Edition, as opposed to last time we made it, at least in the United States, you can only buy it through me. We're going to bundle it with Lean Customs again. We're going to do a special Lean Customs white S14 pin. Very excited about that. And it will be, we're going to do a very limited amount in there, and you can only get the bundle at the Lamley store. And we'll break those details as we've got them. So, lowriders, car culture, absolutely. I'd take that in a heartbeat. I'd take donks. I'd take anything. Like, you give me a direction, and I'm cool with it. That's what I love about car culture. So if someone says like, "Oh, I hate the pickup one," or "I hate that," that truck one that well, the whole fun about car culture is like you get everything. That's why I display the entire car culture set, because it's such a fantastic amount of variety. So it's like you give me anything, you tell me, Mattel says they want to do this or that, like lowrider, absolutely lowrider. British rally, give it to me. French, yep. Australian cars for sure. Cuban, like what they did in Fast and Furious, like old Cuban race cars, absolutely. Like you name it, we'll do it. Or I mean, I won't do it, but I'll be game. Slabs would be fantastic. I mean, yeah, I'll refrain from my idea, but you can go in a million directions. So, do I also race my cars? No. I mean, I got a track occasionally. Sometimes I bring it out for people to have fun, but time and space, I sure like displaying them, but I sure like opening them. Vintage trucks, absolutely. Oh, I'd kill for that. I'll give you an idea that I actually think they should do. And maybe they are. No, I think they're bringing back. Am I correct in that they're bringing back the name Speed Machines? Is that those of you who have read the leaks? I can't remember. I see things and I forget. But I think they should bring back the name Speed Machines, like they brought back Modern Classics. I also think they need to bring back vintage racing and just do a mix called vintage racing. Now, of course, you look at what's going on here. Thanks, Brad. No, it's not easy. If you look, you can see there's vintage racing galore. I mean, the BREs are a great example, but like the Rally, the Ford Rally sets, so the Porsches, everything. I mean, you can, like, up there's the 76 set, you got the Mercedes. Vintage racing is here, right? They're already doing it. But I want, that vintage racing set is one of the prides of my collection. And it would be cool for them to just do an ongoing, like Japan Historics, like Modern Classics, like now Deutschland Design. It'd be cool to see them just bring back the name vintage racing. And if you look back, they had the Mustangs. It was mostly American cars, but they mixed in the BREs. And now you could do like a vintage racing set with a couple of American cars, kind of playing off that Trans Am theme, with some European cars. I mean, obviously they could go any direction they want. And imagine like every year or two getting just a full-on vintage racing set. I would love that. So, I mean, we're getting them anyway, but I would love to see a dedicated vintage racing 5-car, well, now 6-car set. Cool, right? That's what I'd like. But that's not the idea I pitched to Mattel. So, I mean, you look at this. It's a bunch of, here, and look. Trying to do this there. I know it's not ideal here, but there's the vintage racing right there. I'd make quite a ruckus if I tried to raise this tripod, so I'm not gonna, but here I can. pick it up. There's Vintage Racing to the left. Sorry for the glare. RLC, some convention, and then the entire car culture line. And then some, what is that? Fast and Furious, Team Transport, diorama, all that stuff. So I've shown all this before, right? Yeah, Astro Van. I think they used it, Boulevard, right? Astro Van right there. I think they used that in pop culture a couple times, but I'd love to see it again. See, you could do cool vans, right? You could do a couple new, like, just classic van castings, a couple shag vans, and I think there's enough. You've got the Dajibon, you could do with some cool stuff there, right? So a cool van set would be cool. Ferrari Combat would be cool. Don't count on it, at least for now. It's a bummer, but don't count on it. What else do I have here? Let's see. You could do it. You could call it van life and have a bunch of influencers wearing their funny brim hats, acting like they're alone on the edge of a canyon in Utah when there's 8 billion people behind them, and they're yelling at them like, "Give me at least like 2 seconds so I can take some video of me walking out to the edge of this cliff with my arms wide open, and then get back into my van, which I make look super, super romantic with the blankets in the back and the dog in the seat, but it smells like because we haven't showered in like 4 days." And oh, I love that. Living in Utah, it is one of the funniest things when I'm down in Moab watching people trying to get their influencer shots, and you're just like, come on, guys. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time, but it is one of the joys in life watching that play out here in Utah. We're like the mecca for it. All right, what else? We're approaching an hour. I think YouTube will be happy with me that I've revived the Lamley Live channel by doing this, which I'm happy to too. And I'll do more of this. And it's less about what we're showing, and it's more about just having a chat. That's what I started this channel for. So this is nice to do. So before I sign out, anything else? Any other questions you guys have? Brad's laughing. Oh, I get such a kick out of it. There was one, I'll tell you a little story. I don't know, I think I was flipping through like TikTok or something, and there was this image of this guy. It's like a self image, right? He put his hand out in front of the camera, and it's him, with like a campfire type, cup, and there's coffee in it. And so the camera, his phone, like, is on this, and he's got, that TikTok music of like someone singing about how, I don't know, live your life the best you can, that kind of shit. Oops, that kind of stuff. And it, like, so that starts with the guy with the cup, and then the camera pans out, and the dude's at the edge of what's it called? Let's see, now I'm gonna forget. Horseshoe Pass, maybe something like that. I don't know. Horseshoe Bend, and it's down near Page, Arizona. It's like right at the border of it's near Lake Powell, Page, Arizona, near the border of Utah and Arizona. And so the guy pans from the cup to Horseshoe Bend or whatever it's called, and it's like the Colorado River one. It's a beautiful spot. And of course, so it's like, and the vibe he's given is that, like, he's like waking up in his tent on the edge of this amazing vista of incredible, northern Arizona, southern Utah land. And the comments are like, "Oh, your life's so lucky," and blah blah blah, and man, how do you live? And like, he cooked his coffee on an open fire kind of stuff. And anyway, I know where this place is, and man, some of you, maybe Brad, too, where this is. This is literally a mile from Page. It's a mile from Walmart. Like you park, and there's a billion people. Like, we'll pass by there, and there might be 150 cars parked outside, and like just tons of people walking in, because it's like literally a 2-minute walk to the edge here. You can look at it, walk back to your car, and keep on driving. And you can imagine Lake Powell's super crowded. So this guy like wants to create this image, and so someone asked him like, "Where did you get the coffee from?" Or like, and he kind of did this smile like, "I won't kiss and tell" kind of like icon thing, or like little emoji. So I asked him, he's like, I asked him, "Did you get it at the McDonald's, which is next to the Walmart, a mile away from where you're sitting?" And he copped up. He kind of laughed. He kind of did a little laugh emoji, and I laughed too, because that's just totally what all of that is. It's so funny. Anyway, that's my little story of van life. When you live in Utah, you have to deal with it all the time. And where I travel to, and I'm guilty of it too, right? I filmed videos of me opening cars with these cool vistas in the background. So I guess I'm the same thing, right? Anyway, that was yeah, there's a line just to get a pick at Horseshoe Bend. Exactly. So that guy, can you imagine? Can you imagine the backstory there? Dude's in line so he could take his picture, and walks up when he can get to the edge there, sits down, tries to pose himself in some sort of like I'm hanging out pose, shoots his coffee shot, and then gets up and leaves. So anyway, I just get such a kick out of that stuff. There. Where else could I tell that story that's not over drinks with some friends? Just told it with you guys. So, and I have a drink. Well, a water. Should we end there? That's 56 minutes. Any other questions about these leaks before I package them up and send them back? Leaks. I should call them sneaks. Not leaks, sneaks. Any questions? Any something about these that you want me to wheels or anything else before I send them back? Lotus. What's my standout of these? I love the Honda, but I think I have to go with the Maxima because it's just so out of left field. Oh, these tri-spokes, you're asking if they're using more. You're going to see these tri-spokes a ton. Once they start a new wheel, you're going to see it a ton. The only 2020, these are all 2022s. The only 2023 is this. Obviously, it's not done yet. There's going to be deco. This is just the casting. They just throw on whatever paint color, and they produce wheels in whatever color they've got. That's why it's a weird color combination here. But this will be, and I believe, Mix A of 2023. So might have some more 2023s in the next round of sneak peeks. So yes, Lotus and the Maxima for this year. Matchbox Exige. Say that 10 times fast is the best. It's a great one too. These are definitely steps above what some of the other older Lotuses that Hot Wheels has done. I'll say that. They look a lot better. All right, guys, I'm going to sign out, get back to straightening things up. Going to try and film a couple videos. I got that article to write for lamleygroup.com. Stay tuned for that. Just go visit there. I'll put a link up once I have it written. I'll put a link up here on YouTube as well for you guys. So lots of fun stuff coming, guys. The next 2 weeks are going to be bonkers, and can't wait to show all of it to you. I'm rarely the first. It was fun to be first this week with these sneak peeks, but I'll try and give you some good content, promise you. And I really appreciate you guys who are subscribing to this channel. I'm out of here. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye.